Hey everybody, what is going on? Welcome back to the show. We have our episode with the Borg. We promised you guys that we'd have an episode that we're going to talk about the actual gameplay and the Borg and all that good stuff. So here it is. This episode's title is "Resistance is Futile." So for those of you that have the mission packs unlocked, I just unlocked them the other day and completed them. Ramius, how did your missions run?
Went pretty well for me. I was able to unlock the missions and go ahead and run through the sequence. Pretty standard stuff. Had some interesting thoughts on it. What was your first impression?
Um, it was interesting. I wish there was a I wish there was more Borg involved. When I guess maybe like again, we're not trying to beat anybody about the head and shoulders here, but my initial thought was, all right, cool. We're gonna see a Borg cube or a sphere or one of the catamarans or something show up, and we're gonna have some level of Borg in there. Granted, there was the one character, and then you had the other character that showed up in there. You could tell he had been assimilated at one time, and he's just got his peripheral, the what was left of the peripheral on him. Um, I I could have used some more Borg in that one, and honestly, I could have used a little bit more of the pack. I blew through the pack in an evening. So honestly, if we could have had a couple days worth of playtime with the DLC that we got, I think that would have been really really cool. That's just my opinion. But other than that, I think it was good. I'm not gonna. I mean, I don't
Yeah.
know. Yeah, it's
Well,
tough. It's tough.
the character that they had in the the storyline's name is Dalen,
Yep.
and you see him pop back and forth through the different scenarios. I think this storyline was kind of like the others, where you had a lot of text.
Yes.
And so if you're rushing through it, you miss the entire storyline. And it was easy to do. You could just click, 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 and it's all gone. But if you take your time, some of those interactions were upwards of 40 seconds or so, based on the videos that I took. And it's interesting. You should be able to see those in the YouTube video, but you can see some of the different mission steps, and you spend a lot of time traveling across the galaxy collecting information. You've got some new new resources that are collected along the way that you have to trade off, and opportunities to kill a few ships. So all that's fun. They do have low enough level ships that everybody can participate, which I think is excellent.
Yes. Yes.
I think the whales are going to be a little disappointed because they were in the between 30 and 65,000 in strength. So some of those folks are going to be upset. But all in all, it's a good storyline. It's just like you said, there needed to be more Borg, and I did like the fact that at the end of it, you actually got we are the Borg. Resistance is futile.
Yes. And that was one of the cool things. I thought that was really cool. And like I know we had discussed before. Uh, so one of the biggest, I guess maybe complaints that I had was there was so much text. It
Yeah,
was
it's kind of that balance that you have to strike, because for people that are into reading the story and understanding it, wow, that's great.
right.
Um, I think Scopely missed an opportunity here. Uh, Even some animated gifs or something, they have such epic scenery on the advertisements. If they can roll that into this, oh man, it would be an excellent addition to what they're trying to accomplish.
Yeah,
So
cutscenes. Yeah, that's exactly
yeah,
what that needed was a cutscene. I mean, I'm a gamer. I'm a gamer myself. I play Call of Duty. I play, a lot of console stuff. I do play some stuff on the computer. I play Diablo 3. No free ads to those guys. But those are the games that I play, and I play other games too. And there are cutscenes, and those cutscenes are sometimes they're just badass. And honestly, with what with what this game can do as far as how it plays and how and the game's beautiful. I don't know if we've ever talked about this, but the game itself is beautiful. The graphics are nice, everything's clean. The you see ship movement, and before it was when you were battling with something, it was pew 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 boom. Now the ships move around and they do a little dance and stuff, and they fight. They fire back and forth on each other. There's that aspect. If you can do that with some of the battle scenes, and you can get that type of movement or that type of effect out of that, it's not hard to set up a cutscene or even do some video cutscenes. The devices that we play these games on are capable of playing 4K video, for the love of God.
Yeah, absolutely. It's just a great opportunity for them to have
Expand.
that element pushed into the game, at least for that mission sequence. I know they're probably trying to not make the app itself too bulky,
Sure.
but
And
man,
and
there's some opportunity.
right. I definitely understand trying to keep it from being as bulky as possible. But like I said, some of the once you get through the mission sequences, those it's nothing to play through that mission sequence, and then once that mission sequence is done, it just dumps that DLC because it's not there anymore. There's no reason for it to stay around. So honestly, to get that cool effect, that it's like, wow, that video that, or I mean, you see the cutscenes whenever a ship comes out of the birth canal on the station. There's a cutscene where the ship leaves out of the station, and then it goes
Yeah, we've
out of there. So that's something like that can be done fairly easily. Unfortunately, like I said, it's just that text. It's like you see back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. It's like, I want to see a ship come out and blow something up.
yeah, they've definitely have the resources. You can look at any of the social media channels for Scopely, and they do an excellent job of highlighting those things. So
Absolutely.
um, put them in Scopely. We
Yep.
love it.
Please, because honestly, it's production value. Everybody talks about production value in games and what can be done to boost it. So I think this is a great idea. So add that to the wish list, please, Scopely. Can we have some cutscenes?
hmm
So cool.
When you finish the Borg missions, the imminent threat,
Mhm.
the milestone is excellent. 8,000 Borg points, 400k dilithium tokens, uh, 36.4 thousand dilithium itself, some uncommon gas, uncommon refined gas, some rare gas. So very worthwhile mission regardless. So it's worth the time and energy, and something you should spend some time on.
Oh yeah, because you're definitely getting like all the way up through the missions. Even when you complete the very first set of missions, you're getting UC gas. That is awesome. And for a lot of us that are running around playing with explorers, we really need that uncommon gas to boost in. So that was really cool. I mean, honestly, I think maybe a tweak to that, if you're going to throw a ton of uncommon gas, that's awesome. There's absolutely nothing wrong with the amount of stuff that you threw out. I mean, nothing wrong with it. I honestly think maybe we could have added the other elements, because there are the other resources. Uh, you've got folks that play with battleships. You got folks that play with interceptors. So, and those all require crystal or ore to level up. So, again, I'm not complaining at what we have as far as rewards. I think those rewards were awesome. You definitely didn't miss the mark, but maybe just add a little something extra to it.
Yep, absolutely. Um, do we have much else to talk about with this particular piece, the Borg? Because
Um,
we had some changes this week as far as the new mission set, because everybody's off in augment space.
yeah, everybody's out there playing in augment space right now. Um, I mean, I know we covered a lot on. Well, I guess we covered a bit on the other. So I mean, if we want to talk more about the Borg mission set, we can. Or, as I know we got some screenshots, but let's just chat about what's going on currently right now. Then we'll kick over and we'll show you guys some of the Borg mission sets, some of the stills we got. We it's there was there was chatter amongst our alliance, and me and you talked about literally. We talked about this earlier this week. It's like, you know what? We haven't really seen a whole lot out of augment space and any of the augments. And I'm not sure if Scopely was listening to our phone call or what, but all of a sudden, poof! I'll be damned. There, there
Yeah,
is a mission.
the data extraction event. And so if you swap over to the news channel, you see, I am better. Nothing will stop Khan and his augment family from gaining favor by mining corrupted and decoded data. And so you've got the Botany Bay, you've got the Zeta tokens that you can turn in for uh, officers. Of course, you got the Suliban bounty hunters that are coming through hitting things. And you've got both Alliance and solo data extraction missions, which all have really good uh, rewards. So they've done a good job with this again.
Absolutely.
So two back to back mission sets that have been excellent returns, worth your time.
Teamwork.
I don't know about you.
Teamwork.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
You got to have good teamwork, especially if you're planning on completing any of the missions. Unfortunately, last night we started teaming up, and I didn't get completed last night. Of course, I also didn't get on the nodes till late, and 5 o'clock comes early, so
Yeah, that it does. But what we found was, like in all things, there's insufficient nodes for the number of people trying to get there.
nodes
We
nodes disappeared. Well, we did notice that, and obviously it's try to elevate the PvP. I get it, but there's just there's already short nodes as it is, and then to kind of take a few of them out of the mix, that's rough. That's rough. But
it was definitely a challenge.
sure,
We were able to be successful by grabbing a couple nodes in each one of the systems and then rotating it as each member of the alliance would hit their protected cargo limit. They'd swap out with somebody else and then basically keep a couple warships around to defend the nodes just in case, because there were those folks that are out there just sniping, which, hey, that's part of the game. It's
that's
part
right.
of the play style. So
And
having
also,
some defensive ships are useful.
right, and also we actually had a lot of alliances were helping each other out. May not have been on the same team, as far as like our shuttle family, but we had some members from CAS and GNS that actually had came out and helped take care of the bounty hunters that were rolling in.
Yeah, that was actually really interesting because people were using this as an opportunity to get their red count that they needed for either for their dailies or just to collect some of the materials that come off of the hunting the reds. And they were actually sweeping the systems, getting rid of all of the Silicon, making sure that the reds were killed. So everybody just kind of collectively came together and had a good experience.
And this is one of the things that we've always talked about as far as the community aspect of our server, and this is something that we showcase quite a bit. So we're not gonna leave anybody out as far as those that came out. If I did forget somebody, I can only attest to who I saw out there. But if there were other alliances that come out and help clear out the bounty hunters and whatnot, thank you, thank you.
Yeah, well done. I mean, we even had cross family node sharing where we had Columbia and Challenger both sharing back and forth. So that was a good thing. And like you said, a lot of our friendly alliances coming out and participating. I think even saw some action with Seek. So
Yeah, see,
it
came
was
out.
good.
Yeah, it was really nice. It was really nice. But so yeah. So we got a data mining event going on. Other than that, I mean, you're with I think with the data mining event, as far as your in game, like we're ranked fifth. Holy cow, that's awesome.
Yeah, for our family, took a screenshot last night. We had Challenger at number 5 and Columbia was number 7. So nice to see some teen level alliances cornering in the top 10 yet again.
Hey,
So
hey, Columbia, pump them numbers up.
they don't have to work that much harder. They're right behind us, staying neck and neck, and they have fewer members in their alliance. We're both level 20 alliances, but they I think they're at 53
Mhm.
on their count. So for them to be staying neck and neck with us, that's excellent work. They're a strong team, really strong team. Very proud of them.
It's called
54.
it's called friendly crap talking. So yeah, pump him
Oh
numbers
yeah, I know, and I'm
up.
taking care of my kids, man. Taking care of my kids.
Love you guys. Love you all. Um, so yeah. So we're like I said, we're rocking it, doing real good. Love seeing the camaraderie amongst the family and as well as just the rest of the alliances on the server. Now there's a few alliances out there that wanted to get in there and mix it up, and that was fun too. So it's always a good time. Always a good time. Um, yeah, I mean, that's kind of what we got here. I know I did want to get into um, some of
The screenshots, let's just layer those over top of what we've discussed because we pretty well spoke to what was in there.
okay.
And we'll put those on the YouTube side. And thank everybody for tuning in.
Yep.
If I can add something, keep it up. We lost a player yesterday and kind of sitting at that 21 wall where things are kind of tough. You got to grind things out. It takes a little while. And when you've got these domination events going on, the mining events going on, it makes it really hard for those players to be able to stay engaged and not get really frustrated. And we see that 21, little bit at 24, 28's a bit of a grind. So if you're in that area, you know, again, team up with somebody, share nodes. If you're feeling some pain, go blow some ships up. Don't just stop.
Yeah.
So, take that time.
Yeah, keep going because we really need to, we need to keep, especially on our server, we need to keep the players active on our server. So, and it doesn't matter whether you're in the shuttle family or you're over in JLP or in GNS, and I mean just wherever you are. If you've got players that are struggling, players that are just kind of like f this, I'm out. Let's you gotta try to encourage them to stay. Obviously, we can't make anybody stay. We're not telling you, hey, make sure they stay. But at least throw out the effort to help them out, and just let them know, hey, if you need anything, do some base raids, whatever. Try to include them in stuff like that because it's amazing what that'll actually do for their self esteem.
It sure will.
But,
Well, I don't have anything else.
Nah, I think the only thing I got is I wanted. We had been trying literally for a week to bring you guys something, whether it's another video or try to get another podcast loaded up, what have you. And I myself, I really don't. I'm not apologizing for it. I'm sorry that we couldn't get anything out, but end up having to run. The shotgun household has been a little wild this week. Had to take Mrs. Shotgun to the ER to get her squared away, and it's been a rough week. And like literally every night we've been down here like, all right, let's get this, and then either something happens on my end, or family wise, or I know you had some stuff going on too. So this has been tough. We haven't forgot about you guys. Not by a long shot. We literally have been all week on the phone, talking, planning, trying to get an episode together here for you guys. So thank you so much for everybody that's stuck with us this far. We hope to see
more to come.
Yeah, there's more to come.
Speaking of things to come, don't we have a contest?
Hold on. I'm in my old age. I'm starting to.
Grab bag. Free stuff.
Yeah, free stuff. All right, look here. Looky. We have an episode that has a little bit of a foul up.
Typo.
Foul up. Misspelled word. The first person that hits on Discord in contest A with the episode name gets 200 UC plutonium for your Botany Bay. Also, for you YouTube watchers that are out there, and mind you, one winner per area. So if you win one, you don't get to win the other. on our YouTube, the first person to comment on this particular episode, Resistance is Futile, you get 300 UC plutonium. If you can find out which episode that it is, we're not going to give you any other hints. You just have to pay attention, and it's brief, very brief.
Yes.
Yeah, it's about 10 seconds. I'll give you a hint. The mistake is it only lasts for 10 seconds. So good luck. Hope you find it. Also, a challenge to everybody out there. Ramius and I have been talking. We are going to start streaming to Twitch. So we're going to do the podcast live on Twitch, so you can hear in the here and now. Sorry about that. We might even do a live contest on Twitch. You never know. You may get firsthand on some contests that we're going to be doing. You never know. So what we want to see 100 followers. And if we can get 100 followers, when that mark is hit, we will hit you guys up with 1,000 Latinum. So we're gonna do it's gonna be a very big draw. So what we're gonna do the first 100 that follow, join us over in our Discord as well. We'll hold the contest there. We're also talking about possibly doing maybe some subscriptions. So if you guys subscribe to our little live stream here, you guys there might be a contest involved with that one too. So we gotta work on that side of it. But as far as everything else goes, on a Twitch side of the house here, we're gonna start doing more games like Star Trek. We're gonna start doing actual in game with Star Trek, tanks. Let's see, was it good lord,
Call of Duty?
Yes, we're going to be doing some Call of Duty. We're going to do World of Tanks. Matter of fact, you could possibly see me playing a little Call of Duty tonight, possibly with our buddies over at the Saucy Podcast. I got to see what they got going on tonight. If we're going to get on, we may just hit the stream together. I'm not sure if you're going to be able to hear them talking, but you'll definitely hear me on the other end. And I'm going to warn you, Shotty's going to get a little rowdy when he plays Call of Duty. It's always a good time, all in good fun. But it's going to be a good time. Hope to give you guys some laughs and maybe enjoy some other stuff. So like I said, we're going to do all kinds of games. We're going to do a little bit of this, a little bit of that. But the Twitch side of the house is starting to form, and it's looking really good. So we want to see you guys come over there. If there are games that I may have or whatever, or something that Ramius plays that you guys want to see some, hit us with a suggestion. We're always open to it. So with that being said,
I think I hear Scotty tinkering down below.
Scotty, what are you doing? Yeah, all right. He says it's time to go. Actually, you know what? He says something about being hungry too. Let's get the hell out of here, man. It's been a good night. Again, thanks for hanging out with us. Sorry we kept you with bated breath on this episode. We planned on getting it out a whole hell of a lot sooner, but unfortunately, life and family took precedence over this. Hope you guys understand. So I'm sure you do. We love you all. Thank you so much, and we'll see you on the other side of the warp drive.
Sounds good. Fly safe.
Live long, kick ass. We're out.
Remember to follow us on our social media channels, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. We can be found on iTunes, Podbeam, Patreon, and here on YouTube. Comment below, click like if you do, and subscribe because you should have already. Do not forget to click the bell to get the alert when the next episode is available.